All right, now 34 minutes past the hour now. Calls for an investigation into funding for a mosque near Gournd Zero. Congressman Peter King out of New York, chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee, saying that he thinks the public needs to know who's paying for it. Its price tag, $100 million, and only blocks away from the hallowed ground where the Twin Towers once stood. Congressman Peter King is the ranking member of the House Homeland Security Committee, and my guest now here in New York. Good morning to you. The mayor disagrees with you. I'll get to him in a moment here. What do you specifically want to know? You want to know where the $100 million comes from. Is that my understanding?
Yeah, Bill, and I have great respect for Mayor Bloomberg. He's an outstanding mayor. We have an honest disagreement on this issue. To be building a mosque within the shadows of Gournd Zero, with those wounds still open, and it's being fronted or being done by an organization which seems to have very little cash on hand. It's going to cost millions of dollars. We have an imam who has connections to the group that led the flotilla into Gaza. In addition to that, he has refused to say whether or not Hamas is even a terrorist organization. The 9/11 families deserve an accounting as to who is getting the money, who's giving the money, who's supporting this, and what the reasons for it are.
The mayor says that's un-American. He says your position is un-American. And here's just to be more specific, and I'll get this out of the way and I'll get you to react to it, okay? Mayor Bloomberg says it's so out of character for what this nation stands for and the way we conduct ourselves. I've said that the government should never be in the business of telling people how they should pray or where they can pray. You react to that how, sir?
Yeah, I agree fully that no one should tell anyone how to pray, but I honestly disagree with the mayor because since 9/11, we've been at war with Al-Qaeda, which is an extremist Islamic organization, and we have any number of mosques and imams in the New York metropolitan area who do not cooperate with law enforcement, and it's important, I think, that we know the genesis, the origins of this mosque, who's behind it, where the money comes from, and people can pray anywhere they want, but the fact is we have to make sure that this is being done appropriately, especially because of the terrible harm and mental suffering this is causing the relatives of those who died on 9/11. And again, this can't be looked at as an isolated incident when you have so many mosques, so many imams in the area and in our country who do not cooperate with law enforcement. It's important, I believe, that the families have the assurance that this mosque is entirely on the level, that there are no unsavory overseas connections, even though a lot of money seems to be coming in from overseas.
And that's why you want to follow the money. But you actually go a step further. You believe at this moment in world history, a mosque should not be in that position in Lower Manhattan. I think the word you was it's not advisable. Will it ever be advisable?
Yeah, I've said it's certainly legal, assuming that there's no overseas complications, to have it, but I believe it's inappropriate. Remember the furor around the world when Catholic nuns wanted to put up a convent near Auschwitz, the uproar over that. And I'm saying that in view of what happened less than 10 years ago and the wounds that are still open, I think it is inappropriate this time to be there. Obviously, that is not enough grounds to stop it in and of itself, but I do think it was really thoughtless in doing it.
Peter King's a congressman from New York. He's the ranking member of the Homeland Security Committee. Sir, thank you for coming in today. This is a story that has gotten national attention, and we will follow it and see whether or not in the end you get your answer on the investigation to $100 million. Peter King out of New York. Martha.